Hello, Life Guardians. This is Gavin Babalal, your Director of Solution Engineering and Product Development here at LifeGuard Solutions, bringing to you another edition of How Easy Can It Be on the LifeGuard Solution platform. Today, we're going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart, the environment. How do we protect it? How do we help organizations protect the environment around them and ensure that moving forward, they are going to be a sustainable company, not only for today, but also in the future. So with that being said, put together a little bit of an agenda here. We're going to be going through some of the common problems that we end up seeing. We'll take a look at some of the potential solutions here, and we'll actually get into a demonstration of the product itself. So touching on the common problem, we're going to start off today's presentation with Joe. Joe is a sustainability manager at XYZ Corporation. His job on a monthly basis is to go through the entire organization for his location and collect the specific individual metrics that they deem important. So in this case, it could be things such as recycling. It could be how much solar energy they used versus coal or versus anything else that they're actually using to essentially conduct their day-to-day operations. The problem is, as we all know, life happens. So it could be an instance where information hasn't been reported at that specific time or in a specific manner, or maybe in some cases, the information may have just got lost. So in that case, Joe has a problem. He doesn't know exactly what's happening within his environment and nothing's being reported into him. And as a result of that, well, his reporting may be a little bit off. Now, the question is that this is just for one location. What happens if Joe is responsible not just for one location, but he has multiple locations that he has to look after? What does that do to not only the information that's flowing into him, but also eventually to his corporate reporting? How does that look and what does that actually do? In this case, the big question is, what does Joe do? How does he get this rectified? How does he make sure that at the end of the day, information is flowing to him and it's correct and accurate? And how do we make sure that it's being done in a timely basis? So in this case, Joe, he actually implemented our sustainability metric calculator. Now, with this individual application, Joe can go through, he can create his indicator set or sets if he needs multiple of them, and he can actually go through and assign those to specific locations. Now, once it's assigned to a location, it has a predefined workflow where, again, that individual indicator set will get assigned to a specific person for that data entry itself. It will go through some level of submission and review for approval itself. And then once it's completed, they're pretty much good to go for that month. But at the same time, as soon as it gets submitted, again, it's going to go back through and reschedule itself based on the frequency that Joe determined. So if that's weekly, great. If it's monthly, yearly, quarterly, completely up to Joe and the organization. But the key here is that at any of these individual stages, there are notifications that are coming out from the system to let individuals know if things have been assigned, if things are going overdue, and how to essentially manage all of this information within the solution itself. So things are pretty good at this point. Joe's been able to go through, assign those individual indicator sets to specific locations, but at the end of the day, all of his individual reporting is now accurate and up to date. And when he rolls that up to his manager, Lisa, Lisa's a happy camper at this point and everything's good to go. So team, that's a high level on the application. What we're going to do is take a quick look into the actual application itself, and we'll see exactly what that looks like. All right, team, we've hopped into the application at this point, and what I've done is just to keep things short and sweet, I've actually jumped right into the sustainability metric entry area itself. I can start to identify my individual area and the metric that I'm looking for. So specifically for Alberta, I'm looking at my indicator set for energy and fuel. This is actually a capture that's happening for, in this case, 2019. As we can actually see here, here are our monthly records, and this is the one that we're actually going to be editing today. So if I go into my individual record, what I'm going to start to see on this specific entry is all the information that I actually need to enter. So what we're actually seeing is prior month information, so we can actually get comparisons from month over month in terms of variance and so forth. But all I essentially need to do is go through and let's say if I wanted to enter in a specific individual number here, again, as I go through, I can have my variance in terms of percentage, based on my individual indicators that I've input in, I can actually have the system start to calculate my CO2e factor as well. And again, we can accommodate CO2-4 as well as NO2 as well. Again, just different calculations being able to be accommodated within a singular environment. But as I input my information, again, all the way down and all the way through, I can enter in my level of commentary, upload individual attachments. So if I do have documentation proving the fact that I've actually been able to go through and consume this amount of information for that specific month, again, I can upload that information quickly and easily directly into the system. Once I've completed, up here at the very top, I can go through and I can take it through the assigned workflow. So in this case, I'm in my draft stage. I can go through, assign this out, have it sent in for review and approval. And then once that's completed, again, the next record would automatically generate into the system itself. But again, what we're looking at specifically here is quick user entry of the specific information that we would be looking for on a monthly basis. And all of the information starts to calculate quickly and easily. But what we can do here is not only calculate based on individual inputs that we're actually looking at collecting, but down near the bottom where I've actually done is I put things such as a calculated indicator where I'm starting to pull in multiple individual indicators and have that calculated on a monthly basis. So I could see my total emissions for non-renewable resources or total emissions for renewable resources, but quick and easy to start seeing that level of detail and information. Then I can go through and I can configure what those individual calculations look like. But team, at the end of the day, if I hop over into my reporting, this is the level of individual reporting that you'd be able to access within our solution itself. So I could start to see my monthly emission factors by specific location and what that looks like on a time-lapse graph itself. So I have a true understanding of all of the individual metrics that I have and how I'm doing over time. Then I could start to compare location to location, month over month, and see exactly where I'm using the most individual input of data, so to speak. But team, that's all we have time for today. Should you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Contact us on our email or via our website or via phone. We'd be more than happy to hear from you. Otherwise, everyone, have a great day and hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.